Catriona Hull, Uri Reisner, Matt Durey, Yuval Trifman. Shalom.
Shalom.
And welcome to CultureBuzz. And to the two Brits, I should add, welcome to Israel.
Thank you.
We have just enjoyed tremendously a wonderful joint performance by the Student Union Wind Orchestra of Tel Aviv University and the Oxford University Wind Orchestra. It sounded great. How was it for you?
It's fun. Yeah, very good. Really enjoyed it. Good fun.
Can you tell us a bit how it all started?
It all started about 10 months ago when I'm manager of the Wind Orchestra, and I received an email completely out of the blue from Yuval and Uri, another member of the Tower Wind Band, and they sent me an invitation for Oxford University Wind Orchestra to go out on a tour to Israel, which we're now on 10 months later.
Is it your first time in Israel?
Yeah, this is my first time to Israel.
Yeah.
The same? Okay, and how did it look from the Israeli side?
We were asked by our manager of the Tel Aviv University Wind Band, Yaron. He asked us to contact an orchestra like ours with the same concept of students that don't study music, that get together and play for their pleasure every week, and invite them over. So we managed to contact two universities, but only one, the Oxford University. Only Matt responded with a positive answer, and we're so grateful because this has been so much fun. We've been in touch also through emails, also through Skype, and for every now and then we made update meetings and conferences to make sure everything's going well, and building up towards this moment that just happened less than an hour ago, and I think it's been really fun. Yeah.
And this is the first of 3 concerts, if I'm not wrong, during the visit?
Mm-hmm. It's the first of 3.
And what is also very nice about this cooperation of yours is the fact that your British peers are given the chance to see Israel.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you are on your way to Jerusalem.
Should be very interesting.
Very excited.
I think it will. Let me turn to one of the 2 conductors tonight, Uri Reisner. Uri, for you to conduct tonight, how special was it?
It was an incredible experience for us, for me. We talked about it and dreamed about it for a very long time. And when we came here, it was like only 2 days ago. We had 1 joint rehearsal last night, and there were 75 musicians on stage.
Fantastic.
Huge orchestra, and it just sounded wonderful from the get-go. From the first moment, we could hear a full organic orchestra playing together, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful for me and for Andy also. We were
Your British counterpart.
Yes,
Yeah.
Andy Warnock, conductor of the Oxford Orchestra.
So if this is how you sound after 1 rehearsal, the sky is the limit.
Yes, absolutely.
Basically, what we see here is a cultural bridge being built by students of 2 distinguished universities. Oxford, of course, is renowned all over the world. We will not mention Cambridge, your biggest competition. And the living proof is that this cooperation is with Oxford and not with the other one. And Tel Aviv University, when it comes to music and many other fields, is also one of the best universities in Israel and the region. You had the chance now to be together for 48 hours, more or less. And for most of you, it's the first time you see each other, you talk to each other. How is it? How does it feel?
It's kind of embarrassing at the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of made an icebreaker, some kind of.
Yeah. They came into our rehearsal room, which is a shelter actually. It's our miklat. And
Shelter.
Our shelter. And the entire orchestra just stood on the side next to the wall, and they were just looking at us. We were looking at them. And I said, what next? So we played a few games and ate something.
To break the ice.
To break the ice.
The British ice, or is it the British ice or the Israeli ice?
Well, not ice, but and it broke very, very quickly. It was a lot of fun, basically.
What is wonderful, I think, about music is this ability, exactly this ability to break ice and to bridge a mentality gap, a certain cultural gap. And I would like to ask you, if I may, let's start with our British guests. Before you came to Israel, you must have had a certain perception of Israel, of Israelis. After all, we are the ones selling papers all over the world on a daily basis for the wrong reasons, unfortunately. And I'm sure that you had expectations and what have you. And now, after a few days here, when you compare, how do you feel?
Well, I suppose that's a nice thing, just to meet people. It's everyone's been really friendly and really, really lovely. So I suppose it's been more kind of breaking down the great brand image you might have had into individuals and just getting to know people who are perfect, just the same basically. So that's been lovely. I think but you get that going to any new country, I suppose. Have preconceptions, and hopefully maybe we've undone some of the conceptions of, say, stiff upper lip English or something like that. Don't know.
Yeah, I must admit you do enjoy a certain image abroad.
I think the biggest,
all of us do.
I
Please.
think the biggest part for me was I sort of spent several months over in the last years of sort of talking, discussing things by email, Val and Yaron, and then also like the first time we spoke on Skype, it's like this is like getting used to the accent and all these different things, and then it's still though we sort of like become friends over the internet, it still hadn't actually met these people, and that was a very special moment when finally we actually met for the first time, and it's great to be here.
Now it's the turn of the two Israelis to tell us a bit about their expectations before the arrival of the Brits.
Confessions being made. Okay.
Yeah, reveal it all.
Well, we have a website, our band, and we have recordings of the way some of our concerts were played, and we asked Matt to pass us some of their recordings because we weren't sure at what level they play. We got the impression
a
that
kind of an audition.
Not an audition, more like what kind of pieces should we play together?
Okay.
What kind of material should we bring to this concert? We weren't looking into a competition. This is not a competition between the two orchestras. You had a competition 2 weeks ago with Cambridge.
Yeah.
And that's enough.
Who won?
Oh, they did.
Of course. Of course. It was a rhetorical question.
We judged it.
So we weren't sure at all at what level they'd be. We weren't. Well, what we did know is that they are between the ages of 18 and 20 something, and we're older, obviously, because
For a very obvious reason.
yeah, because students in Israel do the army, and then they start their studies in university after their army service, so they're not 18 anymore.
In other words, they are missing the joy of the military service.
Absolutely.
Maybe, yeah, that was one. I enjoy it. So
still do.
yes, tomorrow. So I was a bit scared that the combination of all different ages wouldn't fit together well, and that we'd have groups of younger kids and groups of older kids, kind of, and not a mixture, which is what we were more looking for, because we're looking for a joint project, a cooperation between the two, a musical experience and also a cultural experience. And the past 48 hours, I've been getting really good impression from their orchestra. Also, we can barely. I mean, I can see the age difference because we look, they look younger. It's just a thing. But
do they sound
mature.
younger? The most important question: do they sound younger?
They don't sound younger.
Okay.
So
it's working.
It's working, and they sound great. I mean, you guys were amazing.
That's
really, yeah. So
I would like to ask both the Israelis and the Brits this kind of cooperation. Have you done it before with other countries?
Well, the Tel Aviv University's been. It was established when? 5 years ago.
Yes.
5 years ago. So in the past 5 years, we didn't have such. Not even with universities nearby.
So this is the first for you. And for Oxford?
There was a tour to Saint-Tropez a few years ago, where again we were invited down, but this was by, I think I was involved at the time, I think it's just invited down by an individual who organised a tour, but this is the first time I know of any collaboration with another university, except Cambridge.
I see. And how do you see the future when it comes to this cooperation?
I think there will always be a collaboration between us. We've already been kind of sort of wanting to share music with each other and ideas. So hopefully it'll be a long and good friendship and relationship.
Will there be a British leg of this cooperation?
Maybe. We'll have to see this. I mean, we haven't discussed it. We'd love to have them back, but there's difficulties with the Oxford terms, and it's very short term. And then everyone in Oxford is then, after the 8 weeks, everyone's then just chucked out, and then we're all dispersed all over the country. And so we'd have to really look into when would be a good time for people to come over, and how we would do it, and accommodation, etc. It would be absolutely wonderful to be able to host them back, but there's difficulties that we'd have to definitely try and find a way around.
Yeah.
We were thinking the same thing when Yaron talked to Uri and myself 10 months ago. We were like thinking, when are we going to have them? Where are we going to get the funding from? Like a bunch of questions, and we said, okay, this can't happen unless we keep a good eye on Yaron, because he can just say, don't worry, it'll be fine. Yivasedil, as we say in Hebrew. It'll be fine. And yeah, we were pretty nervous the whole way. But it's been great for 48 hours, and the fun is yet to happen. I mean, they've got Jerusalem and
we should say that there was an incredible team working on it from our orchestra. One who was in charge of the culinary side, only food. One in charge of transportation, one in charge of hospitality, and getting enough hosts to
and the brochure and everything
and graphics and everything we needed for the concerts. What paper is that?
And most of this fantastic work is done by volunteers.
All of it.
And maybe this is the time to reveal that many good people, institutes, organizations, and ministries joined in order to make it happen. I can mention a few. BIARTS, the British Council, the Israeli Foreign Ministry's Cultural Division, and it is all for a good cause, a wonderful cause.
May I add the Clore Foundation?
Absolutely,
The
thank you.
Mittal Family Fund.
Thank you.
And others as well.
Thank you. So this is a huge project, and if I may say so myself, very much worthwhile. And I want to thank you for being a part of this musical bridge being built between Israel and the British Isles, and wish you all the best, both together and in your separate ways. And hopefully there will be some kind of continuation. And who knows, maybe you are setting here some kind of precedent for an ongoing cooperation between these two wonderful orchestras in the universities of Oxford and Tel Aviv. I wish you a wonderful stay in Israel. Try to discover it, so you don't have to rely only on what the British media reports. See for yourselves, and do come again. תודה רבה. Thank you very much.
Thank you.